Hello, my name is Paul Schmeltzer. I'm an attorney at Clark Hill and part of the firm's Cybersecurity and Data Privacy Business Unit. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act's security rule requires that covered entities and their business associates conduct an accurate and thorough assessment of the potential risks and vulnerabilities to the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of electronic protected health information, or EPHI, held by the organization, and to implement reasonable and appropriate security measures to protect against reasonably anticipated threats or hazards to the security or integrity of EPHI. All EPHI created, received, maintained, or transmitted by an organization is subject to HIPAA security rule. A security risk assessment must identify all EPHI within the organization, identify sources of EPHI, and identify human, natural, and environmental threats to information systems that contain EPHI. Our risk assessment helps your organization ensure it is compliant with HIPAA's administrative, physical, and technical safeguards. A risk assessment also helps reveal areas where your organization's EPHI could be at risk. There are numerous methods of performing risk analysis, and there is no single method or best practice that guarantees compliance with the security rule. The security rule does not specify how frequently to perform risk analysis as part of a comprehensive risk management program. Likewise, the security rule does not require that organizations conduct penetration of their environment as part of the security risk assessment. However, penetration testing can be a vital part of an accurate and thorough assessment of your organization's efforts to identify and remediate risks and vulnerabilities to EPHI. To that end, organizations must identify and document reasonably anticipated threats to EPHI and identify different threats that are unique to the circumstances of their environment. Organizations must also identify and document vulnerabilities, which, if triggered or exploited by a threat, would create a risk of inappropriate access to or disclosure of EPHI. Organizations should assess and document the security measures they use to safeguard EPHI, whether security measures required by the security rule are already in place, and if current security measures are configured and used properly. When responding to questions to identify and assess potential risks, organizations should consider how the questions apply throughout its entire enterprise. Responses should reflect an accurate and thorough assessment of the questions presented, and not merely a clerical exercise to produce a report. Responding to questions without considering how the questions apply throughout the organization may result in a risk analysis that is not accurate and thorough, as is required under HIPAA security rule. Remember that garbage input equals garbage output. Risk analysis is the first step in your organization's security rule compliance efforts. Risk analysis is an ongoing process that should provide you with a detailed understanding of the risk to the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of EPHI in your practice.